Hi and welcome to our short and sweet spreadsheet school. This is our very first one, and in it we're going to give you a bit of an introduction to Google Sheets. So this will be quite quick. We're just going to go through some terminology that you might use whenever you're talking about spreadsheets. It'll help you out in our courses, it'll help you out hopefully in your job, and it'll help you out if you're maybe wanting to read some online blogs or online guides on how to do something. So what I've got here is a new Google Sheet. To get a new one, if you've opened another one, you can go File, New Spreadsheet. I've changed the title here by double clicking so that I can rename it. I've called it Intro to Google Sheets, but you can call it anything. If you want to change where it's saved, you click on this Move button, and then you can change which folder your Google Sheet is saved in. Within the Google Sheet itself, we call the entire Google Sheet a spreadsheet or a workbook, and a workbook is made up of a number of sheets or tabs depending on what way you want to call them. So I've got one here which is called Sheet 1. I'm going to call it Summary. If I click on this little plus here, I can add a sheet, and we've got Summary. Oh, sorry. Maybe I'm going to change this to Data, just so they've got names. It's good to call them names. It makes things look a bit tidier. Within my sheet or tab, I have all of these rectangles, and what they're called is cells. So if someone's talking about a cell or a group of cells, they're actually referring to the rectangles within the sheet itself. I can click and drag to highlight multiple ones of these. I might want to do that, for example, if I wanted all the data in these cells to be bold, and I can click within the cell to type in any data. I can also copy just by clicking on it and hitting Command or Control C, or right clicking and saying copy. So for example, if I type my name in here and I hit Command or Control C and then I move over to another cell and paste it in, it says Laura. If I highlight a whole lot of cells and paste it in, it'll say Laura in all of them. It's just quite quick and helpful if you want to move around within the Google Sheet. We also have these letters across the top which tell us what the column is. So we've got column A all the way over to column K here. And if I wanted the same data to go into every single cell within a column, I can actually highlight the column and then paste. So I still have Laura copied, and if I now hit Control V or Command V, it's now pasted into all of these. It's just things you can do. You can do the same thing with rows. So rows are denoted by numbers. If I highlight 16, I can paste it into all of them. I don't know why you want my name over and over again. I'm just showing you things that you can do. And every individual cell you can see has a column letter and a row number. So this one, for example, is E7. That's quite useful whenever we get onto formulas, whenever you might want to be typing in a formula to refer to a specific cell. So as I was showing you, you can actually click on the row here and it will highlight the whole row, and then you can do things like change the color of the row. You can do the same for columns. Maybe I want this to be red. You can do it for a group of columns, so I can highlight all of these by clicking and dragging, and I can make all of them blue. And if, for example, I wanted to do the whole sheet, I can click on the corner here and all of it will be highlighted. And say, for example, I wanted to make the font bigger everywhere, I can do that. So that was our very quick introduction to some Google Sheets terminology. So the whole spreadsheet itself is called a workbook. We have the individual sheets or tabs, and you can have as many of them as you want to. And you can click here to see all of them. You can rename them by double clicking. We also have our columns, which have letters, and our rows, which have numbers. And then we have our cells, which have a letter and a number. I hope this was helpful. Please join us again for the next installment. In the next session, we'll be talking about Microsoft Excel. After that, we'll be moving on to some more interesting things. Have a nice day. Bye.